So the basic steps to conduct any risk assessment, there's 6 generally. So first is information gathering. So you have to have information about the system that you're assessing. How is it architected? What are the components of that? How does information flow through the network? Then you have to, step 2 is to analyze all of that, to study that, to digest that, to look for known vulnerabilities and things like that. The third is typically the gap assessment part of it. What are the organization's policies, procedures, security practices, and what kind of gaps do they have? The next part is to partition the system into what we call zones and conduits. So you're breaking down this big system into more kind of digestible chunks, and you're going to assess each of those. That's what we call security zones. And then the big part, kind of where it all comes together, is the workshop. So regardless of whether we're talking about a HAZOP or a bow tie, we're going to conduct a workshop, and that's bringing the subject matter experts that are actually familiar with these systems and the networks and the security around those, and going through this methodical process of talking about these different types of threats and vulnerabilities and consequences, gathering that information and quantifying the risk. And then once all that's done, then the last thing, of course, is to write up reports and summarize that and present it back to the client.
Typically, a cybersecurity risk assessment will take 4 to 6 weeks, which would include the analysis, the data gathering, the system design review, and then conducting the workshops. HAZOP might take slightly longer, as the workshops are a little bit more in depth. It can take a few days. The bow tie workshop might take a day. Also, if it's a complex system with many zones and many systems and extra deliverables are added, it could take longer, but yeah, typically 4 to 6 weeks.